Morning. How is everyone? I hope that you're really well this morning. I'm just going to wait a few moments just to get some followers in and get some watchers and wait and see for Tally to come here. Now, I am just going to add Tally into the conversation. There we go. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. We are here indeed to talk about upcycling. Oh yes, I'm very excited to talk about upcycling. I'm just going to do that. How are you, Tally?
Morning. Yes, very good. Thank you. Very good.
Good. Excellent stuff. I am very excited for us to do this chat. I've been talking about it for a bit, and I'm excited that it's here. It's ready.
Yes.
Well, I think, why don't we just get started?
Okay.
It couldn't be a better time, really, to have a look about upcycling or really adjusting things maybe in your own home, because we've all got a bit of time. If you're not a key worker, you're at home at the moment, and the weather couldn't be more perfect. You've got a bit of outside space to dry things.
Exactly.
Perfect. Right. Why don't you tell us first how you got interested in upcycling and maybe fashion as well? I'd like to say as well, this came my freedom. I feel inspired.
Oh.
Tell us what sort of inspires you and how you got started.
Well, basically, I was inducted into this way of life from a child. My mum was a designer. She studied couturier and sort of set design and everything. And from an early on, we didn't have. My mum was bringing me up on her own, didn't have very much money, and she would do mad things like find a chest of drawers with no doors, not chest of drawers, a wardrobe with no doors, and then make it into a Punch and Judy theatre. So she would put a curtain in the middle of it, put a rod so you could hang the hangers and so on. So she'd make a Punch and Judy, so it looked like a Punch and Judy theatre, but underneath was all my clothes. So from about 4 or 5, I could see that you could make something out of nothing. And it's basically gone through that. So as a child, my mum was making clothes. There was Vogues everywhere, pins everywhere, paint everywhere, very zany. Everyone thought my mum was very eccentric. She had her moments, I'm sure, but it basically inspired me to actually wear what you want to wear, have your home how you want it, what makes you feel comfortable and happy, and don't be scared to go there.
Incredible.
It's your home, it's your personality, and what makes you feel good, I suppose.
Absolutely. So if you're having a look at a piece of furniture that definitely needs upcycling, looks a bit old, where would you get your kind of inspiration from if you were just... So I think that's often the hardest bit. You look at, say, a chair or a table and it's quite dull, needs some love. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, I tend to, I'm hugely obsessed by Pinterest. I love that. I love interior magazines. I think it's also working out, before you get your inspiration, your own style. Because sometimes, we all think, we must, lots of people are getting into plants, aren't they? And so, well, if I put a plant in a corner, that really lifts the place, changes the colour. So I suppose things around me, magazines, Pinterest, because we have this amazing thing of going online, looking how other people live, working out what is your decor. Do you like natural things, wood, rough, sort of like sort of really brown colours, greens, whites, or do you like a bit eccentric, fuchsia pinks, what kind of palette is your home? And, do you want it all very simple, or then do you want a crazy bathroom? So working out what kind of things you like, and then from there you can make your own mood board. And so then
that's a great idea. So you can maybe, I think you were telling me the other day that you can just take your phone, so it's actually a really easy way to do it, and you find something out and about that you really like, or feel that might look good in a room that you've got, just a photo of it, and then you can create your own mood board from that.
Exactly, Vicky. So because of our technology, we can take photos of anything we see and have an album for it. And then go, I really like that. How can I put that? And like you say, if there's a piece of furniture in your home, like you said yesterday, about, you don't have to make it the piece, but you could do that. You could do a cabinet in your bathroom where you suddenly make that the focus, or you can just... even sort of get a chair that's been dark. Maybe you want to make it navy or black. So it doesn't have to be this bright. It doesn't have to be the focus of the room. It can be very, very small how you do it.
Love that. Love that. So, when you talk about a color palette, do you think that it's better if colors kind of are of a similar type, maybe like reds and pinks together and whites, or do you think you can just do whatever you like and whatever you think?
I think, I mean, everyone to their own, you know. I think there's this thing about you have to, you know, like all of us, you have to look a certain way, your homes have to be a certain way. And there's so many great things online now where you Google inspiration. But I think, you know, you can have you can have something really mad and colorful in your home, or you can keep it quite simple. And the colors, you know, it's good. I think personally, the way I decorate my home, and lots of people may not like it, but the way I've really gone into it is that I think you should, each piece of furniture, artwork, cushion cover, blanket, ornament should be able to go in each room. It should coordinate. And I'm not into matchy, so it doesn't all have to be green and white. It could be shades off. So you could have a fuchsia pink rug, for example, and then in another room have a shade of that lighter as a wall in your office or bathroom. So
Right.
it's about shades and things that go, you know, metallics, like gold looks good with cold colors. Silver can look good with navy and dark colors. So it's a question of working out what palette you like, and also the color, because even if you paint a piece of furniture, you have to do your tests, because light changes the color of furniture, walls, everything. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. So, if you're looking around your home, you think, oh, there's nothing really I want to touch, or might not necessarily be the easiest thing to change, where's a good place to start shopping or looking for some bargain of furniture that you can maybe even do a test run on? So if it's sort of really not, it's really cheap or not very expensive, it's a good place that you go, right, I'm going to take that bit, rather than doing anything in your own home to start with. Where's a good place to hunt those things out?
Uh, Charity shops. Charity shops. I mean, obviously, right now, all of us are in lockdown. That's impossible. But charity shops are fantastic, especially the bigger ones. You know, British Heart Foundation
Yeah.
have huge furniture places. So any place like that, flea market, obviously we can't go right now. But there's free, you know, there's Free Cycle, eBay, of course. You know,
I love Free Cycle. I think most of my lounge actually has come either from Free Cycle or from friends or friends of friends that have been getting rid of stuff. And we do the same thing as well. So if I've got a piece of furniture that I don't want, you try and give it to somebody getting rid of it.
exactly. So other friends. There's also a thing that I did for a few years, and it just was very lucky that certain times people pick up they put their rubbish outside the door, and certain areas have some people put their furniture out, and I've got shelves, chairs people have just put out. Also, if you when the kind of recycling places are open, if you go to the dump, if you've got something to drop off, sometimes before someone's about to lurch that gorgeous chair, you go, oh, excuse me, you know. So we've had that before. We've gone to the dump, and then someone's going to get rid of 2 chairs. They ended up coming back here. I cleaned them, prepped them, painted them, reupholstered them, done, and they were free. So you know, that's some of the ways. Yeah.
So you've got your piece of furniture that you've won, whether you've got from Free Cycle, friends, eBay, something in your home. You've got that piece of material. Now, where's the best place that you found to go and get all the materials to either paint it, because you've got to prep it, rub it down? Where's the place to go grab those things?
I think all of this, again, you know, you can do cheaply. I mean, you know, I go to Wilko, because also that's open in lockdown. So, and I've been doing naughty little cheats. Like, for example, you can buy the test pots. They're about £1. And obviously, they're only to test on the walls, like I said, about colour, because colour really changes the colour of the paint. And if it's matte or it's silky. But yeah, Wilko, you need a cloth, you need common sense, you need, you know, there's YouTube, where you basically need to make sure your piece of furniture is clean.
Yeah.
If it needs fixing, you know, but like you just need a good local shop that does nails, and really check out what you need, so you don't have to spend more money. And also check with your friends, you know, if you're on a WhatsApp group with your friends, have you got any spare paint? If you have, you know, if you're next door neighbours, if you're close to your neighbours, or we're all getting close to our neighbours now, you know, ask them, you don't have to have some gloss, do you? Or you don't have some nails, or could I borrow a hammer? Someone can leave it outside your door, you pick it up, obviously clean it, then wash your hands, and then carry on. So there's those kind of things that you can do as well.
when it comes to kind of pieces of equipment, there are places as well you can go it for chairs like that. So you don't have to go and spend loads on pieces of equipment if you don't have it. So we're talking there a little bit about you've got to prep it, you've got to fix it. Have you got any little tips? Like obviously you need to clean it, like you say. Have you got any other tips that you want to share with us about upcycling furniture?
I think the good thing to do is like, where is it going to go? What you know, what piece it is. You know, like you said, let's start off small. So it could be a garden piece of furniture. If you're lucky to have a garden or outdoor space, you could start that way. What kind of, make sure it's clean, but if it's porous, if it's non-porous, will it stick? Some things need a mat. So really find out what this is, and so make sure it's clean. You can get some prepping spray. If there's any pieces of furniture that need filling with, you know, fill up the holes basically. Clean the things, and take your time and don't rush, because you can always take it off and start again. You know,
your guide. I've learned so much on YouTube. It's amazing.
Exactly. It's an encyclopedia for all of us who know nothing about anything, and then you can somehow feel a little bit more, you know, confident.
Yeah. So what's a good thing to start with? If you're feeling a little bit nervous about doing this, you don't just want to start tucking your dining room furniture. Where's a good place to start?
Well, it can be easy. I've got some examples that I prepared earlier. So basically you could do it with frames. So for example, I will show us up on my wall. I have this frame. So this is just, can you see that? It's just normal frame. You buy, I bought this from Wilko, just plain, and it has the mount inside. Now, this frame was, I think, about £5. And to you know, lots of have your own artwork. These are just 2 postcards. Don't look too close because they reveal my age. But we have 2 postcards. We went to a museum, Yves Saint Laurent's museum in Marrakesh, and I framed them. Now these postcards cost £2, I think, each frame. So basically that's £7. Now I haven't done any I haven't done any sort of, I suppose I've made something I've bought and I'm going to keep it. But what I'm saying, what you can do is, this mount you can colour. So you can start off very easy. So most people have these frames with a white mount, with their picture, photograph of their loved one, whatever it is. But you can do this. Bear with me. This is a bigger one I did. So basically this is a lovely picture by this fantastic artist that I got on Etsy. It's a print. And basically I've got this picture on a white wall. And the mount, as you can see, I've painted royal blue. Now this is from a test pot of paint. I've painted that, I've let it dry. I've picked out the colour of the art. And as you can see, there's a theme on one of my walls of sort of blue coming in there. But see, for example, the tone. So simple. I've just painted the mount all around, and that will go on a white wall, and that will stick out in a different way rather than, so you can do it really, really, you know, and make it your own, very small. And that cost me 50p to do that.
I love that. Amazing. So you start off small with a frame. What have you been doing during lockdown? I've seen some of your photos, and we did show a couple of them, but talk us through just a couple of bits that you've been doing during lockdown where you've had a bit of time.
Yeah, so basically I had a chest of drawers that I had for a long time, 20 years, and it was looking a bit sad. It was kind of white and gold, and I was like, and one of the knobs fell off, and I was like, eesh, I don't know what to do. So I went on this lovely website, again, just bought some these lovely china knobs. This was before the lockdown, and they came, and I did that, and I put them on, and I went, I need a bit more. So I thought, I'm going to be brave, and I painted with one of my test pots, and I painted it a turquoise. It was too much. It was too much in the room. I went, it's too drastic. Oh, I've gone too far. And then I started going, right, okay, what colour is in the room? What tone? The tone had been too strong. So then I brought it down, another test pot. And then once I decided, it basically made the knobs on there pop. And so I then was satisfied with that blue. Then I varnished. Varnish is such a fantastic thing. It gives you that really lovely Asian feel on furniture, which the Japanese did, and the Chinese. You love that lovely lacquered feeling. And so then I did that. So that cost me £2. and I just painted the drawers and the top, and I've left everything else. And I think the knobs cost me maybe £12. So that was before lockdown. I know some people are delivering still, and obviously we don't want to do too much online, but that's what I did. So that was one of my cupboards.
I love it. No, that's great. So we saw that you've done a chair as well, and some of your outside furniture.
Yes, so basically outside furniture I had, you can buy them anywhere. Big table for being outside in this lovely weather, if you're lucky to have that. And I just went, it looks a bit dull, this brown. I love colour. See, I'm colour. And even if you don't like colour, you could just paint them a dark green. You could paint them black. You can paint them navy. And then put a beautiful umbrella with them, like a fantastic orange or fuchsia pink. So yeah, I painted them all blue. And then I got some chairs from a flea market and I upholstered them with some fabric that I had.
Love it.
So, so it's been busy.
Well, I like it. What I might do is I'm just going to have a little look and see if anybody would like to ask you any questions at all. We've got loads of people. Hello from Hamburg. I love it.
Hello, Hamburg.
We need our own TV show. We would love that. If anyone wants to get on that. Someone's loving the fact that we're at charity shops. That's great. Loving your picks, by the way, as well. So if anyone's got any questions at all, feel free to drop them in. If there's any we don't get to, feel free to pop it on the post. We can answer after. We thought we might do as well is we've started with doing your own upcycling of furniture, but you're actually wearing a necklace that you've created yourself.
Yes, so I don't know if you can see this. This is, again, a charity shop job, and this is just metal, was sort of kind of a plastic, if you like, and I bought that for I think 75p.
Amazing.
And obviously the reason I bought it is that I could put loads of different chains, so it's graduation. But what I've done here is I've added a brooch to it. So basically I can wear the necklace so it becomes just like a chain, simple, underneath a shirt, great for if you've got a business meeting, and you need to be in a suit, or to glam up, to bring a grey old sort of sweater shirt, lift it. I've put a diamante brooch. This was from a market stall, £3, and I've added that. So that's cost me £4, and that looks like it's come off the catwalk.
I love it.
We can all do this. We can all do it and do your own style, what you love, rather than having to spend someone else to do it for you.
So, I tell you what, why don't we, if people have enjoyed this one, why don't we do another one maybe next week sometime?
Okay,
One on how to create your own jewellery, maybe. I've a channel where I've worked with jewellery makers, so I've got a little bit of an idea of how to create your own little bits with tools and things like that. So maybe we could pop that together, know where to get some good stuff, and about how to do your own jewellery as well.
Yeah, exactly, Vicky. I mean, it's so amazing you've got this fantastic Save for Rainy Days, because we always should be doing this, and I think we've always done it in our own way, but I think there's nothing like this moment in time to really make us really believe, what have we got in our cupboards? What have we got in our wardrobes? What have we got in our sheds? What is underneath that, cupboard underneath the stairs? What are we doing with the stuff that we're lucky to have, and making the most of what you have? So you doing this, I think, is the way forward. I really do.
Yeah, if you've got a bit bored with what you've got, don't get rid of it, mix it up and change it. We've got one question. Don says, do you use chalk painting colours? I just started to paint with them. Have you ever used chalk paint?
Oh, yes, I have used chalk paints, and they are fantastic because they give this really dusty edge. And what is great if you use them, if I had a piece of furniture that I was asked to paint, and what I did, I had another colour underneath.
Yeah.
Then I put the chalk paint on, and then to make it have that age feeling, a little bit of sandpaper on the places where you get wear and tear. So suddenly a piece of kind of, I don't know, maybe a piece of furniture that's maybe 60, 70 years old, then looks like an antique. But it's also using the colours you like. So yeah, chalk paint off. They're very addictive because as soon as you start on a project, as I'm sure you're finding, you just want to keep doing everything.
Chalk paint is really good for creating a base as well, because it kind of goes really well over stuff designed to be there and stay there. And I've got some on my wall, so we write each other notes on it. I love it.
Oh, and also chalk paints are great, you know, to do that, to make something aged. And also they're very subtle, they're very soft, they're very warm. So you could have a very subtle colour going through your house and then mad art, mad furniture. You know, it's a lovely balance to have.
Amazing. Well, I think we've come to the end very soon. But we'd like to thank everybody who has joined us today. We've had lots of people saying hello, loving the ideas. So I think that's fabulous. Thank you so much, Tally. We've had a lovely time talking to you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Quickly, Anne says, any tips for mirror frames?
Oh, mirror frames, what to paint them, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, again, I am a huge lover of frog tape. You have to get the right frog tape. So many mistakes I have made by using, you know, masking tape. It always bleeds and it doesn't give you a good finish, and then you always paint over it, and then when you put it off, you have to start again, and then you can see it, and it gets really annoying because you can see that there's a bit that's come off and then you've redone it, which I found yesterday. So I'm doing a mirror too. So great, you're doing a mirror. Again, keep clean. What I've done is use a matte paint on it. And then again, you can age it with, if you want to age it with some sandpaper, or then what I've done is a varnish. So if I'm putting the mirror on a matte wall, and then the mirror really pops because it has a sheen to it. So just use really good frog tape. Have a few different brushes so you can get in the nooks and crannies, because you'll always miss a bit. So yeah, I think that's helpful.
Amazing. Yes, that is a very good tip actually, so you don't get a bobbly edge. No one wants that. No one wants that. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I'll come back and do another one, shall we?
Yes, absolutely. And thank you, Vicky, for asking me to do this. It's an absolute pleasure. I love what you're doing.
Oh, thank you very much indeed. We hope that everyone has a lovely day, and we'll definitely see you again soon.
Cool. Take care, everyone. Have a good week. Bye.